The Iron Giant. Made by Warner Brothers in 1999, it received not a lot of money at the box office because companies like Disney and DreamWorks were flooding the market with computer animated films, and no one wanted to see animated films anymore. But it has grown a cult following over the years, and it has grown a cult following over the years, and maybe I'll join it. Will the Iron Giant be as grand as the Iron Giant itself? Or is it just another bad hand-drawn animated film? Let's find out. The story. On the outside, we have seen the concept of hiding an extraterrestrial before. This makes the story feel too predictable at times, while also making it not as interesting as it could be. However, what makes this movie stand out from the rest is the way it handles the tone and the execution. This movie is set in the time where everyone was living in fear of what was outside the US, so this adds more stakes onto why Hogarth must hide the giant. The movie also spends time on developing the friendship between the boy and the giant, which can be seen as cliche, but is done in a very emotional and funny scenes. It also has a few things to add to a tired formula. They make it so the giant has powers to destroy, but with the boy teaching him about good and having a soul, the giant has to go through an arc on whether he wants to fulfill his purpose or make one of his own. The struggle also makes some very action-packed and emotional moments. So this movie might seem bland on the surface, but you couldn't be more wrong. The animation. As this was made in the tail end of hand-drawn animation, it is in top form. The backgrounds are smooth and correlate well with the movement of the characters, and even get affected by the giant a lot. This makes the movie feel like real life, not just Photoshop. Speaking of real life, the character movement looks smooth, professionally made, and doesn't stray from being completely cartoony, but keeps a golden mean between the realistic and crazy. The last thing to talk about is the character design, and it looks good on the main characters. They look like real people, but still can move in many expressions and look smooth and not immature. The outsiders look like they were made in 2 seconds, and it takes away from some immersion. But as it is, the animation here is great. The characters. The characters are as big as the giant itself. Hogarth is the main character and is unruly, but in the curious way. He cares about the people around him and is good at explaining heart to the giant. The giant is a big creature, but has feelings, and these feelings lead to many conflicts later on mentioned before. This makes him the most realistic character, ironically. Kent Mansley helps bring the immersion of the 50s into play, always want the giant to be killed in fear of wiping out the human race. He can be threatening and funny equally. Hogarth's mom is a single mother who has a hard time dealing with her son, but it is clear she loves Hogarth with all of her being. Dean is the only character who's not the best. He seems like he has little purpose, besides allowing a good hiding place for the giant. But he is still fun though and has some good scenes. So characters overall are ones you will not forget. Overall, it is a shame this movie did poorly in the box office, because even though it follows some of the same formulas as before, like in E.T., it really brings it together with a tone, a fabulous animation, and characters that are realistic and also you will care about. I am definitely growing this cult following, and the tone is really what saves it. So I give this movie overall a 9 out of 10. Well, this is Sceptile 456 signing out.